All right, I see you in the queue. All right, I see you. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Nod your head if you can hear me. All right, hold on. I'm about to bring you in a hot second. Hold on. Give me a minute. All right, hold on. We about to get it started in 1 minute. Here we go. Here we go. All right, hold on. All right, hold on right quick, man. All right, just want to make sure I get it right. Yeah, I can hear you.
It's pretty hard, man. This is pretty hard. I like this.
Yeah. So hold on right quick, B. Hold on, I got you. Got you. Wonder why my back got. There we go. All right. Right now we just chilling. Right now we chilling. Hey, you can hear the music, right?
Yeah, man. That's mellow. I like that.
Okay. Just want to make sure you hear the music. You know, we just waiting for a few people to pop up in here. You know what I'm saying? Before we actually get started.
All right, then. Well, I'm gonna step away real quick and go ahead and smoke. I got my earpieces in so I can hear you.
Okay, step away. Have the smoke. What's up, everybody? I see y'all coming up in here. I see y'all. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button on the way up in here. You know what I'm saying? If y'all still messing with the Lockoutmen, let me know what's up. Let me know what's up, man. Y'all know what's been going on with me for the past few days. If y'all still messing with me, just let me know what's up, man. I'm right here.
You're making so much noise.
All right. You know, just come on up in here, say what's going on, say what's up, how y'all feel. You know what I'm saying? Trying to wait for a few of you guys to come up in here. Staff Sergeant Sims is going to step out for a minute. Go ahead and get this smoke in. I don't know. I'm going to have to get on the Staff Sergeant. I'm going to be like, yo, bro, you're going to have to not be smoking, my G. Yo, if y'all like content like this, man, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right, that's what's up. Kevin, you back? Uh-oh. All right, you back, bro? Oh, wait, there you go. Unmute your mic. There you go. You back, my G? Yo, you need to. Oh, he just popped out. So hold on, you got to reset everything. Let me know what y'all doing, man. I see y'all. I see y'all. Is it video? Y'all can hear? Y'all can hear me? What's up, man? All right, we about to get it started. There you go. Staff Sergeant Sims. What's going on? Welcome everybody to the Lockoutmen podcast show. Let me see. Let me make sure if they can hear or see me. Let me see what's up. Hold on right quick. Hold on right quick, man. We want to make sure that the L.O.M community could hear me. Let's see. Now we see you. Okay. All right. Can you hear me too?
Loud
Let me know. I know you can hear me. I want to make sure that the community can can hear us
All
right
right.
quick. Before we get started, man, hey, I appreciate you coming on, giving me a little bit of your time, bro. We're gonna talk about this situation that happened with this young man up in Virginia right quick. And because you're an Army veteran, 11 and a half years. You had to stay up in Virginia as well. So we gonna talk about that in a hot second. I'm trying to see if it'll come through. All right, there you go. Okay, yeah, we good. All right, we good. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Lockoutmen podcast show. I really appreciate you guys being here. This is a show where we park and politic with all our guests tonight. I am your fucking host, Lockoutmen, and today's special guest is Staff Sergeant Kevin Sims. My G, we just gonna jump right into it, man. We're gonna jump right into it. So this video right here, is hard to watch.
One of the police
But I need to know your feelings on all of this right here.
Hold. Keep your hands outside the window. You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get out.
on? Get out the car.
Get out now.
I have not.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on. Watch it.
Get out of the car. Get up. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's going
now.
on.
Get on the ground and you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going on?
ground. Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on?
Kevin, man. I mean, I can understand if this was a young man that was well, better yet, I can't understand this. So help me understand it, man. This young man, full army guard, getting treated like that by cops, another government official. What do you got to say about that, man?
Well, thanks for having me. First of all, it's a very hard thing to watch, and just to keep it all the way 100. Right now there's so much going on in the world that this is becoming the new norm. I spent 11 and a half years in the Marine Corps, stationed in Woodbridge, Virginia, for about 2 years. These kind of things, they never happened. Police worked arm in arm with military. So it's very hard to, it's very hard to relate to something like this, to even understand the psyche of what this young man had to been thinking of. Let me break this all the way down for you guys real quick here. In Virginia, when you join the military and you're stationed in Virginia, you get what's called a military decal. That decal goes in the bottom left of your windshield. That decal lets military officers, it lets civilian officers know that you are military. Now, protocol should have been that they should have, announced themselves, which they did, but it was at gunpoint. They're supposed to go to the front of the vehicle, being that it's a military town.
I don't even think they announced it themselves because if I'm not mistaken, Kev, I think I got I think my internet is fucked up, but I do have like another video that actually showed them when they rolled up on him, and they didn't announce them. They didn't announce who they was, you know, like police. They ain't even say why they even stopped them. You know,
Well, they, Monday morning quarterback, they now saying that the initial stop was due to um license plate not being displayed. Um, the young man is a first lieutenant in the Army, and so he could have very easily been driving a government vehicle.
right?
Um, a lot of them drive um, Suburbans, GMCs. You know, you could be on government travel orders and traveling in a vehicle like that. So let's just call it what it is. It's racial profiling at its finest. But
That's
you,
what I said. I recently said that when I did my commentary video on it a couple of days ago. I said that's just a blatant racial profiling at its best right there. You
and
know,
right now, it's there's no filter from the standpoint of, hey, you know what? Let me not just assume, let me, do my due diligence. Let me, you know, tactfully approach the vehicle and explain why I'm stopping you. Everyone has the right to um, um, kind of stand up for themselves in a legal way.
right?
And so that didn't happen. And Sean, you're right. Um, Guns were drawn. Um, there was no verbal explanation as to why. And the funny thing about this whole situation right here, um, that officer was as professional as any person being pulled over, that a video that I've seen of anyone. He kept his composure. Um, Even though, he's like, hey, I serve my country, I'm actively serving, not a veteran.
No,
I'm
he's
active.
actively serving in full military garb.
And,
Like,
a lot of people do not understand. A lot of people just say, hey, my cousin is in the military, my uncle's in the military, but you have to understand how deep this goes with this particular situation. Um,
mhm.
like I said, I was in the Marine Corps for 11 and a half years, but I
have,
wasn't in, I'm sorry, go
have
ahead.
Staff Sergeant,
Mhm.
have you experienced uh any blatant disrespect or discrimination from law enforcement during your time in the military?
Yes. I came home. Uh, it was like right after I discharged in 2006. I came home and I actually took my first civilian job, and I was in. I don't know if I can name the area I was in.
I mean, you can if you want to, but if not, if it's military code not to, then
No,
don't.
well, I was in Solon. I was in Solon.
Oh, okay. So, you know
Um,
what? Recently, well, no, I'll let you go ahead and tell the story. So go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off. My bad.
so when you're a veteran, you when you get your driver's license, there's a logo on your bottom of your driver's license that lets officers know that you are either actively serving military person, or you're a retired, or you're a veteran. So I was pulled over because I had just bought a vehicle, and it was an 85 Cutlass. That was a gift to myself for getting
Mm-hmm.
out of service. Moving on, I was going to work, and I hadn't had time to get, hadn't had opportunity to get tags on the vehicle yet. So I was going to do that on my lunch break. So police officer pulls me over, and and I go ahead and display my driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't even want to see it. You know, he's just like, get out. And I'm like, get out for what? He's like, get out. There's cars going by and everything like that. So, you know, I get out and uh, he basically forces me to the trunk of my car and makes me put my hands behind my back. So I got insurance. I got everything I need except for my stickers, right? And my bill of sale, everything. So
Right.
I wanted to go into jail. I was at work, fresh out of the Marine Corps, honorable discharge, almost 12 years of active duty service. And I got arrested. First day on the job, got arrested. So I had to, you know, get bonded out. I lost all kind of money, you know, dealing with, you know, attorneys and stuff like that. But it's just, it doesn't matter really where you are these days. I tell my sons, you know, keep your head on a swivel, you know, because at any point, it doesn't have to be a cop. It could be a certain supporter, if you know where I'm going.
Right.
So people are emboldened, man, and
So in Solon, they took you out of the car. They what they arrest you for?
in Solon they have those radars. They mounted on the hood and they're mounted on the trunk. And
What for,
when they're
what speeding?
say again,
Speeding?
no, they're license plate readers. So they have
Oh,
scanners.
okay.
So if you have a a plate, and if you got an active warrant, if you uh, have expired tags, it pops up on their radar, and then it just displays what kind of car you're driving or supposed to be driving, right? So
Oh,
now that the police
okay.
officer has a visual of what he's looking for. So that's why he came after me for the stickers not being displayed.
Okay. So in other words, they, you know, you just got the car, brand new car. Um, it's something happened with the plates, and they just took it upon yourself because I'm going to assume that they thought that the car was stolen, maybe.
No, it's an 85 color Supreme, right? So it's a custom car and
Oh,
it has
that's
20-inch rims on it. So I stood out like a sore thumb. So wait a minute. What are you doing? What are you doing in my city? You know, what are you doing here? You don't belong. Your kind don't belong around here, right? Hey,
gotcha.
listen here. I work here, right? I work in your city. So I had to really catch myself, man, because you know when you feel like you are, you know, not better than anybody, you know, but you feel like you put your dues in to where you can get a little bit of respect, you know, and when you get pulled over by somebody who doesn't have no respect for themselves at all, you know, and that's the problem. A lot of these
T-
people deal with mental problems, you know, eh, they're emboldened when they, you know, put on that badge and that belt, man. You know, they feel like they're on top of the world, you know, and
T
that's fine.
TJ Jones got a question, and I believe this is directed to you, Staff Sergeant. He wants to know, what do you mean by supporter?
Mm, yeah. So this is my first time being on a pod show. So listen, I'm just gonna come at you just how I feel from my heart.
Oh,
Um,
that's man. I'm not sugarcoating nothing over here, bro. So
yeah. Listen, if you support Trump, man, I wish you all the best in life, you know. But there's some research that you have to do, man. Um, and that's where I'm coming from. This, you know, it just seems like, you know, Trump supporters, you know, they back a person that is um
now
a very
hold on, Staff Sergeant, before you
yeah.
continue with your thought. The thoughts of the guests on the show is their thoughts and their opinions. It does not necessarily reflect the host or the Lockout Men podcast show. That's the disclaimer. Continue.
Okay, so um, in my opinion, and again, I respect everyone's opinions, right? And I don't have all the answers to what's going on and why. But to me, it's not hard to connect the dots. If you look at the history over the past 4, 5 years, this thing has been gaining fuel. And then when you have someone that stands in front of a public figure, not just any public figure, but the commander in chief, when he stands there and he says, "Hey, don't treat these people nicely," you know, don't help them push their head down, put their asses, in so many words, put their asses in the car, you know.
Now,
And a
now,
lot of people
staff.
say, yeah.
Now, Staff Sergeant, and of course this is your opinion, but for a commander in chief saying that, I'm sure I'm sure he not meaning his own government officials.
Well, no.
Brother man in full army garb getting disrespected by the cops.
Yeah, he did. And see, that's where he went wrong. He rolled the dice and he meant it to just go to his base. He never, I think he really underestimated the power of what the president of the United States has. You're a public figure, and you have this this media show, if you will, and what you talk about, not just the ingredients of like what's in your subject, but what you touch on, it's powerful because it gets people networking with each other and brainstorming, right? So if I'm the president of the United States and I come out and I say, "Hey, starting tomorrow, if you see any black person or Mexican, Latino, or whatever driving a vehicle, just shoot them on spot." Now, the first police officer would do that, right? And then the president will come out and say, "Well, I was just playing around. I wasn't serious. It was a joke." So again, you know, government officials are meant to go in and serve the people. That's their jobs. They're meant to serve us. But when you say certain things to a specific party, meaning Republican-based party, when you say things like that, now you got cops killing at will. Why? They're killing at will because of their right to plead the fifth. They have immunity. So if I know that the chances of me being convicted of a capital murder or manslaughter is 0 to none, what am I worried about?
Now, as far as these cops, now we're talking about these two particular cops that did this to the young lieutenant. He was a what, second lieutenant? I mean, the cops came and the cops like disrespected him all the way around, like calling him a private, a corporal, and all like that. And even when they even came up to the side of the vehicle or to the window and they saw him in full army garb, shouldn't the conversation should have went something like this? Oh, okay. Well, it should have been a little bit more polite, like, "Sir, we pulled you over because of suspicious vehicle," or something like that, or at least show me your army your army badge or ID or something like that. Shouldn't the conversation at least went that way? And before you answer, Diane says, "Speak your truth, Staff Sergeant Sims, and thank you for your service." Go ahead.
Diane, thank you for acknowledging, and I appreciate you. We need to start simplifying these things, right? So what we're witnessing is a movement. There's a brotherhood amongst military, but there's also a brotherhood amongst um, police officers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say movement, it's when they pulled this lieutenant over and he put his arm out to show him I have no weapons, and he also did that for another reason to show that I have fatigues on. Okay, those are the two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're dealing with cops with egos, now what you just said is I'm military, I'm better than you, even though that's
Mm.
not what, and that's just my perception, right?
Right. Right.
I've been around a lot of different people from all over the country. I've been to several different foreign countries. So I've come in contact with many different types of personalities and characteristics, right?
Right.
So when you're in the military and you got somebody who joined the either the military or, and I'm gonna touch on that too, because this is not getting enough pub.
Go ahead.
The,
Go
re-
ahead.
the, the reason why you have so many shootings by these police officers, right? Um, because there's more,
Hold on, right quick. There you go. All right,
okay,
go ahead.
there's more racist individuals in our U.S. military forces than there are in the actual police force itself. So you have military personnel, you know, discharging from service, whether it's honorable or whether it's dishonorable, or could even be other than honorable, which is for legal reasons. But they're getting out, they're joining the police force. They don't get out of
Mm.
the military and stop being racist. They get out of the military and say, how can I be in some type of power again? So they
Mm.
join the police force. And so now you take it a step further. How does all of these people storm the Capitol and nobody knows it's coming? Well, it's because now you got these military people that are still actively serving and they're in
Right.
connection and they're in connection with um, the people that are in the police force, right? So if
Right.
they're networking with each other and they're sharing ideas and they're sharing strategies, I'm talking tactical strategies, tactical. They're sharing these things with each other. And guess what? We know when certain people are going to be at certain places. I'm talking about government officials, right? People with
Mm.
targets on their heads. So they know. And then if you break it all the way down to the top, what is this? Where did it come from? It came from our number 45, our president, right?
Staff Staff Sergeant, let me ask you this right quick. You, of course, you've been in the military 11, 11 and a half years. Uh, let's get a little background. Why why did you choose the military as one of your careers?
Well, I grew up on the east side of Cleveland. Um, I love playing basketball. I love playing football, yada yada yada. So I had a promising career from junior high all the way out to my 11th and 12th year in high school. My oldest son was born, and I just had this fear that I could break an ankle, I could break an arm, something could happen, and I didn't want to set my family up to a situation to where we didn't have financial stability. So one day I was working out and I ran into this recruiter, and that was it from there. We set up. I moved my family down to North Carolina, and after the first 4 year contract, I got promoted a couple of times, and I'm like, wait a minute, this thing ain't too. It's not too hard. So I
Mhm.
loved it. I love the uh, the fact that everything had an order. Like You know, if you were to go to the military exchange and you wanted to buy some uniforms and stuff like that, you know, everything was done by the book. Everybody operated that way. Was there racism? Yes, yes. If we had more time, trust me, you know, I'll blow some of your guys' minds, you know, by telling you what happened to me in my career. That would take another 45 minutes to an hour. We don't even have that much time right
You
now.
know
So
what? You know what? We'll probably get back. We'll probably, bring you back on, Staff Sergeant. You're more than welcome to come back on, man. And it's
appreciate it.
cool. And it's cool that we're gonna, just pretty much stay on topic. And the topic is about this young man getting pulled over by North Virginia, Windsor, Virginia cops, and just blatantly was disrespected like all the way around. This is the shot. Hold on, got it. This is the shot from when they actually jumped out of the car, or at least the one officer that jumped out the car, gun ready.
Going back.
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window.
Felony traffic stop. 832.
Put your hands out the window. There's a people out. Put your hands out the window.
How many occupants?
All units 1013, 804, 803, felony stop. 8 p.m. Windsor, 1 East
Put
Windsor.
your hands out the window and turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
Come ahead, fast.
Come around your side.
How many occupants are in your vehicle? Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door. Get out of the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
Now, Staff Sergeant, he sort of slow rolled to the BP, where it's light, where it's lighted and everything. He wanted to get somewhere where it was, occupied, so that, nothing would happen. All right. So when the actual person that pulls over lights that, they didn't acknowledge themselves. I mean, what I mean by didn't acknowledge themselves, they didn't acknowledge why they was pulling them over. I mean, as you saw, dude got out, gun ready, and start barking all types of commands at this young man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you shared this part of the event, because from my understanding, he had his flashers on, right? As he was at a slow roll trying to find that illuminated area. You got to remember, doing something like that, that's old school, man. That's old school. We learned that 30 years ago. Your hands 10 to 2 on the wheel. If you got to stop, when you do stop, put your hazards on. Just stuff like that to kind of ease the nerves of the police, right? But now
Right.
it's taking the opposite effect now. Now it's like, wait a minute, I told you to stop 5 miles back there,
Mm.
and you ain't following my order. Like, these people are they're adrenaline junkies, man. I mean, they first of all, quotas, these monthly quotas, that's what's driving a lot of these egos. They're competing within their own departments to make these quotas so they can move up the ladder, right? So
Right.
that's one thing that's causing it. But this situation here, this is the first time we're seeing this, where an actual officer in the military, not an enlisted person, it doesn't matter enlisted or officer, but Officers get more praise in the military than enlisted people do. Why? Because they have college degrees when they come in. So they're treated better. They're the ones that saluted, enlisted or not saluted. And most people that are in the military, when they leave the military, they go to the police force. You don't have to be a racist to do that. A lot of people do that. And so they know. So they know. If I was a betting man, I would say that, you know, um, Officer Gutierrez, I think that's his
Yeah,
name.
Joe
Um,
Gutierrez or
yeah,
something.
I would bet, um, that he probably went to boot camp and failed. And so he's had this lifelong vendetta that the first time he runs into an officer, a military officer or a military enlisted, he going full throttle at him, you know.
Right.
Um,
Kevin V. Well, wait. Hold up. David Henry says good times at Camp Butler. David W. says good evening. What's going on? And Kevin V says one of the officers called it as a felony traffic stop. I mean, when my thing is this, even if they did call it in and they couldn't see inside, I mean, tinted windows, black vehicle, tinted windows, at least when they walked up on the side of the vehicle and when he put his arms out of the vehicle, they see the garb, the army garb. Like that should have changed the whole focus of the encounter.
Again, it's control. I am an officer of the law. When I tell you to jump, you better say how high. That's why the other officer said, "Oh, you better be scared." It's sad, man. And I know we're sticking to topic, um, and I'm gonna just try to bring it back to the topic, but it's just we're having shootings on a daily basis, and at this point, it doesn't matter if it's a 5-year-old or if it's a 95-year-old woman. It doesn't matter. Um, these people are out to completely exterminate, and we're just talking about these um, police shootings. We're not going into um, how the three credit bureaus keep us from prospering by, denying us loans for homes based upon our ethnicity. We can go on and on. It's a network that's been going on for years. It's just being exposed now because Donald Trump did such a horrible job as president. He made a lot of people come out of the closet, and they're being exposed.
Here's the from the body camera from the other officer, gun ready, would pointed to this guy.
You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest you're being detained.
Okay, right there. What do you say about that part right there? He said you was under arrest, but then he turned around and said you was being detained. But he didn't even tell the young man why he was being detained for.
Okay. If this case goes to trial, we're all going to see that part of this whole situation is the biggest key element. What he just realized is that he's in a live moment, and he's also being videotaped. He's being recorded by this lieutenant, and it's just registering in his mind that, oh, we're not in a dark place. We're actually in a illuminated place, and this guy could be recording this on, Facebook Live or this and that. I better do this thing official all the way through, because if something happens.
He was recording Facebook Live at the time, by the way. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to still find that video, but it is in a news article from the point of view that you guys from this point of view right here, then the point of view of him, and then lieutenant not, I forgot his name, but the lieutenant has his point of view too, because he was recording it Facebook Live. Right here though.
You're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me stop.
Really? Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
It's not a problem. Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything.
Sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir. Hey, sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look.
I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna talk to you.
out.
Just get out of my car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
please relax?
Get out of the car right now.
This
Now.
is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on.
Okay.
What's going? Hold on.
And for OC,
I mean, he just like sprayed that like right in the dude's face, bro. I mean, if anybody get hit with pepper spray, that shit ain't fun. And full blast in your fucking eye, that shit is fucking painful, you know. But still, though, I mean, all this is just blatantly disrespect of the uniform, of the person that's being, you know, of the person inside the vehicle. I mean, it's painful. It's painful to watch our military veterans or our people in the military period getting treated this way, bro. I mean, you guys go out there and literally put your life on the fucking line. Like literally, I mean, have you okay, so Staff Sergeant, you 11 years. So I'm gonna assume out of that 11 years, you did a tour in Iraq doing all that bullshit?
I was what you called a conscientious objector. Those people did nothing to me or my people. So how did I survive? Right? How did I survive in the military? Right? So I got real smart. I learned a lot about computers, and I figured out a way to make sure that my brothers and sisters in the Marine Corps made sure that they got paid properly every payday, made sure they got promoted, and made sure when they're ready to go out and retire, I made sure that I sat down and counseled with them to set up their futures for their family. That kept me in the office most of my later years in the Marine Corps. And so that's what I did to give back. But as far as going to fight, I wasn't about that life.
I got you. But for the ones that did go over there and fight and put their life on the line to come back home and get blatantly disrespected. I mean, not just by this. Not just by this. I mean, our military guys get disrespected in you know, on a civilian standpoint. You know, I mean, I think you guys, period. I think you guys should get like healthcare should be like phenomenal healthcare. Like you guys should have like top tier healthcare, period. Everything, motherfucker, y'all should have had a home. I mean, especially for the ones that been in it, you know, they've been in it for a minute. Y'all should like have a home, like free. You know what I'm saying? You know, you guys shouldn't, when you guys come out of the service at any point, y'all should not have a want in a fucking world. But I guess we don't live in a perfect world, though.
I mean, the problem with that is you have so many veterans that get out and, you know, they have so many ailments that they received, whether it's back issues, whether it's PTSD or whatever. These people, they go to the VA and they seek out assistance, whether that's disability. And so if you think about it, the government doesn't like paying out medical, like you said. They don't like paying out money, definitely. So they're not in the business to preserving us. They're in the business of finding ways to um, keep them from having to pay us entitlements, if you will. Kind of think like the NFL, right? You go out there and you put your body on the line, um, snap after snap after snap. You know, you're going 1,000 miles a second into somebody else's head. You
Like
know,
you're getting ran over by a car on the football field. you
you
know.
know, and then you're getting out and you can't put two words together, right? And then you can barely walk, right? And then you get nothing. But then you're told, oh, well, we paid you all of this money. It's your fault you didn't invest and do this and do that.
Mm.
Hey, I was 19 when I came in. So
Mm-hmm.
again, it's just it's a nasty system. And you know, I wish us as a people um could really figure out a way to come together, and stop going after one another, or seeing one of us, progress, and then um, the other
Yeah.
person trying to push that person down.
Yeah.
We don't want to prosper together. We want to prosper individually, and that's our biggest problem.
Kevin V says, I feel the call in was bogus and straight up profiling. You're absolutely right. It was. Country Ghetto, what's going on? Uh David W says that the officer had so much gear he had to fumble for the pepper spray. That's how other accidents happen. Speaking
Mhm.
of, again, Staff Sergeant Sims, thank you for coming on, man. And I know, we're running out of time, but ain't that what happened to the young man back up in Minnesota that was shot by the young police officer, the young female? She was reaching for her taser, and instead she reached for her gun instead, and they said that it was an accidental shooting. I mean, like, you guys, when you guys get deployed, you guys have a lot of gear on, right? I mean, you guys have so much gear on that you have to like put like a mental side in your head to remember everything the fuck that you got on and everything where everything is at.
Hey, you're all over it. Like you're literally all over it right now. Here's what happens, right? You think about it. I'm just going to throw a time frame out, right? So say 90 days straight. Every day you're waking up at 4:30 in the morning and you're going out and you're training. You're not training on different stuff. You're training on the same thing every day. Pretty soon, when you wake up, your body's in full motion. You're just going through the motion. That's called muscle memory. So when that officer, when she goes to the target range and she's firing down range and she's reaching and and aiming and then putting it back in the holster, reaching and aiming, firing and putting it back in the holster. You keep doing that shit. When something happens in the field, you don't think, right? Your body just goes into motion, and it's called muscle memory. So this was a deliberate, in my opinion, this was a deliberate murdering of another young man, um, in the most powerful country in the world. Um, and he's gone. He's gone. Why? Because he was driving a vehicle that they thought, or that they allege, was stolen from his mother. When in fact, this young man grew up with a mother and a father. They gave that young man that car for his for a gift. It was You know, the young man was living his life the right way. Yeah, I mean, was he smoking a little bit of weed? I mean, come on, that's the worst you're gonna have out of your kids. I mean, and give me a break. Um, so once again, you know, they don't start holding these people accountable. I mean, not just accountable, but eh, this third degree murder or this second degree manslaughter, you know, you or I go out there and we shoot somebody, it's all over with. We're getting that big L. It's a wrap.
Yeah, right, of course. And if the cops, if it's not justified, I mean, you know, they could shoot somebody, and if it's not justified, then it's going to take forever. You know, for us,
Yeah.
we're in the courts, we're convicted, and we're in the prison. But
Right.
as for a cop, or for whatever reason, it's not as quick. I mean, look, I mean, case in point, I mean, the murder case of George Floyd is going on right now. Like this year, and that shit happened early last year. I mean, if that was anybody else, they would have been in court, they would have been tried, they would have been convicted, they would have been put in jail all in less than a year.
Let me run a couple names out to you real quick before I go ahead and call it a night here.
Shit. Hold up before you call him out, Staff Sergeant. Let me go back to the chat right quick. Country Ghetto, what's going on, my G? He says now they released another video of the lieutenant being pulled over for speeding prior to this happen. For what reason, I don't know, because this is totally different situation. Let me answer that. They do that. That's what people. That's what they do. That's what they do. You see what I'm saying? They it's like they try to find a lot of a lot of shit in the past. Now, if you watch that video, in that video, he did ask him, yo, can you, give me a warning or whatever? But at least that cop acknowledged him as military, but he still got the ticket. These cops right here blatantly disrespected this man, period. You know what I'm saying? So, totally different situation from just the encounter that he had with that one cop.
Get out of the car!
Right here.
Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Sir, just get out of the car!
But also, towards the end, and I'll let you get your last words in, Staff Sergeant. Towards the end, another disrespect was how this. Well, hold on, let me bring it back up. How this guy was trying to quote unquote talk his way out of a situation. If you don't file charges or anything like that, I'll give you a rag, and send you on your way. Like, I mean, you pepper sprayed me, you disrespected the uniform, you disrespected me, you roughed me on the ground, put me in handcuffs, and now you're going to turn around and tell me not to do nothing? Are you serious, bro? You can't be serious right now, my G. And I got all this on camera too? No, my G. So yeah, that multi-million dollars that I'm about to get from you right now, that's coming from the city. But what I think this man should do is get all of their residuals. Whatever they unemployment, he should get. They retirement, he should get. Even when they put in the ground, dudes should still be getting paid by the family. But
I couldn't agree with you more.
All right, go ahead, Staff Sergeant. Go ahead and finish out, man. What's the names you want to throw out there?
So when I think about all of the shootings in the past 10, 15 years, if not longer, there's a couple that sticks out to me. And not to say that one is more painful than the other, but just the kind of stories that led up to these shootings. And it's Amari Brown, I believe his name is.
Yeah. Is that no? I forgot his last name, but is that the one that was shot by the cop inside the car?
No, this is the one that was jogging through the neighborhood, and then the
Oh,
guys came out and they
yeah,
basically tracked him down
yeah.
and trapped him in. So Ahmaud Arbery, I believe that's his name. Yeah. So that, and then prior to that, the Mike Brown situation. Those two strike me the hardest, for the simple fact that, to me, they love to say crowds gathered, um, and that caused the EMS or um, the coroners and stuff like that not to come in. But I just can't imagine being out there on the ground and seeing those young men land on the ground for hours, hours, man, hours. You know, I don't know what we do from here other than, um, at this point, the laws are obviously not in our favor. So if you get pulled over, I recommend you, if you're not comfortable with your rights and you don't know how the laws are supposed to work, at least just get out the car. Just get out the car and just do what they say. I mean, you give yourself a better chance at survival, man. You know, we got to think about our kids. We got to think about the ones we will be leaving behind. We may
You,
not make it out of the situation,
you know,
but we got to give ourselves the best shot.
I was about to flip. I was about to flip the script. I was about to flip the script. Maybe he should have got out of the car. Maybe he should have. Maybe he should have. But still, he said like he was literally afraid. But
Yeah.
but let me ask you this: what if John Q cop right here put his hand on an ad like a like now he was a lieutenant. What if he would have did that to a MP? How do you think that would have played out?
That's very interesting because you're talking about military law
Ah, ah.
versus civilian police official law.
how do you think that would have played out? I don't think that would have played out. I don't think that would have been played out pretty.
No, it wouldn't have. Again, I don't know what it is about putting on uh, a belt and a badge. I don't know what the hell it is. To me, man, I mean, it comes down to how you were raised. It comes down to, you know, your values, you know, in life, man. Um, I listen to XM on my way to work every day. And there's a channel called the Urban something. It's on Sirius, and they got podcasts just like you have, and they really talk about some interesting things on there. Um, and y- y- I'm glad that you know there's people like you that are um, unfiltered and just giving it to you straight like it is, man. We need more of that because the less information that we have of what's going on in our current world, man, we're at a loss. These people are 10 steps ahead, man. You know, um, just tonight in Chicago,
Oh,
13-year-old shot, man. I mean, 13-year-old shot, man.
Chicago, man. Chicago is like motherfucking Beirut over there, bro.
I mean, come on, man. He's got his hands. The officer says, "Put your hands up." His hands was up he before he finished saying, "Put your heads up." Man, the round was already downrange into this young man. Man, he was already gone. So that's why my son just left, man. Your nephew, my son, he just left the house, man. Talking about he wanted to go out and party. I said, listen, go home.
Take your ass home.
Go home. You want to party? Put on YouTube or something. Play some music, man. Chill. Get you something nice to mellow. Ain't nothing going on out there that you missing, man. Go home.
Exactly. Man, look, I tell my son, the same thing. I say, yo, if he ever get pulled over, you know, thank God that, you know, he was only pulled over once in his whole fucking lifetime. But
man,
I told him that if you ever get pulled over, man, just have your shit ready. Don't be fumbling. Don't be fumbling. Don't be doing none of that shit. Have your driver's license, your insurance card, hand it to him. I mean, you know, this is Cleveland. So 9 times out of 10, you could go downtown, say not guilty, and then go back and they won't be there and the shit will be thrown out. So
this is to the point. Sorry to cut you off, Sean, but I don't want to miss this thought here, man. This is to the point. As black people, man, and minorities, man. This is the point that we're at right now, right? To give yourself the best shot, you damn near got to go out, man, and get a Blue Lives Matter freaking decal or something on your car. That's where we're at, man.
You say
that's where we're at, man.
You say go and get a Blue Lives Matter on your shit, huh?
That's basically where we're at, man. That's basically where we're at, man.
Man, Country Ghetto just says that cops shouldn't be patrolling communities that they're not. I mean, that they don't live in. I agree.
I agree 100%.
I agree with that. Well,
I mean, you can't relate.
Well, Staff Sergeant, man, you know, thank you very much for coming on, chopping it up with me. And yes, this is my brother-in-law right here. You know, he's been in the military for, 11 and a half years. You know, that shit that just happened in Virginia. He was down, him and his family, did 2 years in Virginia. And that happened in Virginia. So, I said that I was going to reach out to him. I had to go through some channels.
Right.
To go through some channels and all like that. But we finally linked up and we got this together, man. Again, I mean, definitely come back on because, you said you got some war stories while you was down in Virginia. So we definitely going to have to talk about that, my G.
Hey, man, positive things, negative things, man. They all kind of run together, man. But we can touch on a few, man. I definitely appreciate you having me on, man. And God bless y'all, man. Stay safe out there, man.
All right, man. You definitely stay safe. And that's going to do it for the Lockoutmen podcast show for this evening. I really do appreciate you guys still rocking with your boy, despite all the stuff that's going on with me. But I appreciate all you guys, all the day ones. I was told today that I just need to concentrate on the ones that's really and truly rocking with me. And that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to concentrate on you guys that's still here with me. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out the door. Again, thank you to Staff Sergeant Kevin Sims, my brother-in-law, military vet, 11 years strong. Why, Kevin, before you get out of here, bro, why didn't you finish why didn't you knock out the 20, man? You did 11. You only had 11. You only had 9 more to go, bro.
Okay, you went there. Okay, I got to go ahead and give it to you. Hey.
Oh, hold on. Do I need to hold on? I'm about to give it to you. Hold on. Bam.
Yeah. All right.
There you.
I'm gonna show y'all something real quick, okay?
All right. All right.
I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me see if I can get this in here.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm gonna get close as I can.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Are you talking about the picture right there? Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right there. All right. A little more. Right. Stop right there. All right. Go. A little. Stop right there. We can see it.
Okay. So what you're looking at right there that's the commandant of the Marine Corps. Okay.
Okay.
So if you know your military history, that's the next man to the the president and the defense. What is it called? It's the president, and then it's the commandant of the Marine Corps. So that's a 4-star general. So there's only one at any particular time. So there's only one general, a 4-star, that controls the Marine Corps, and then it's the president. So as you can see, I'm meeting with him. And so basically, I had gained so much rank so fast. And as a black man, it's a big no-no. So I ran into somebody that I didn't know that was a racist back in '94. And they wrote bad paperwork on me, right? So, okay, I was young, paperwork. It didn't stop my motion. So I continued to move from an E4 all the way up to an E6.
Okay.
And I went into work one day, and this person that wrote me up just because I had a flat tire and missed a formation, he showed up. He showed up in my office and threatened to court-martial me. So, and we can go into this in detail more, but he took some duct tape and put it on the floor. And he told me if I crossed the duct tape, in other words, if I crossed the line, he would make sure I'm court-martialed. Now, this person had like 30 years on me, was retired, and came back into the Marine Corps. So I wound up getting court-martialed.
Oh my
How?
God.
How? Because one of my young Marines called me at 2:00 in the morning, and Sean, your sister will attest to this. She called me at 2:00 in the morning and said that this person had tried to hit on her, right? And could I help? So when I went to my boss, it got back to this person, and he used his 30-year experience and got me court-martialed.
Well, I tell you, I tell you what, man, we could probably talk a little bit more about that next time, bro. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and bounce you up out of here right quick. I see drill sergeant came up in the building. Again, bro, thank you very much, Kevin, for coming on.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to talk again soon, man.
All right, now y'all be easy.
All right. All right, so that's my brother-in-law, Staff Sergeant Kevin Sims. Drill Sergeant, I see you up in the building, bruh. I'm sure you definitely have an opinion about the situation that went down in Virginia. I am about to call you right now to see if you are available. That's me calling you, bruh.
What's going on?
Hey, you want to jump in the stream right quick?
I'm in the middle of a good movie right now. Where you at?
All right, shit. Right now, I'm up in shit. I don't even know where I'm at. I think I'm in Iowa somewhere. I don't even know. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. We'll make we'll get together tomorrow. I'll do a whole nother segment just with you to get your opinion on what happened to that young man up in Virginia. All right.
Oh, the military dude?
Yes, sir. So
okay.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that more tomorrow.
I saw you had Sgt Sims on there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was my brother-in-law. All right, let me go ahead.
Really?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and
okay.
let me go ahead and end the episode, man, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, drill sergeant, everybody. So so again, like I said before, I definitely did not appreciate what happened to that young man, and I really felt that it was blatant disrespect. All right, everybody, again, that's going to do it. I really do appreciate you guys being up in here, man. Thank you very much. If you guys like content like this, consider joining the channel and rock out with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to keep it trill over here. Going to keep it going the way I've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to come on and talk it up with me, y'all can do that. Y'all can hit me up in the Gmail at lockoutmenpodcast@gmail.com, or come over to the Instagram and hit me up in the DM over there, and y'all can come up on the show and we'll come together and chop it up. Until next time, everybody, y'all take it easy, and I appreciate the 11 people that's still in the building. Make sure all 11 of you hit that like button. Peace.
Now downshift.